So if you are a new life insurance agent and you haven't made a sale in your first 30 days, or you're a licensed life insurance agent and you haven't had any sales, I wanted to make a video for you to share with you my exact strategy of what I would do in my first 30 days to master selling life insurance over the phone so that I can start making money as an agent. Now, the reason I make this video is because I was a new life insurance agent once upon a time. I went 14 days without making a sale, but after those 14 days, I kind of figured out my first year as a life insurance agent. You can see my previous videos. I sold over $500,000 worth of final expense life insurance. My last video I shared with you, I made over $178,000 profit take home my first year as a life insurance agent. And also, I've trained last month at Legacy Family Life. We've helped new life insurance agents that we've trained sell over $600,000 collectively as a team. And basically, I want to walk you through my training process of what I take new life insurance agents through so that they become really, really successful fast. But I also want to share with you what I would have done differently if I was back in your shoes. Now, the first thing I want to share with you is the most important part. I'm going to share with you the steps that I would go through daily, and then I'm going to share with you what my weeks would look like. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And at the end of this, you're going to know exactly what you need to do to win and start making money as a life insurance agent. So first thing I want to share with you before I even get started. So I got my life insurance license in my hand. I'm ready to start going after it. The first thing that I must do is I must pick the product that I want to sell. Now, this could either be final expense life insurance. This could be term. This could be annuities. This could be IULs, whatever it is. You're going to only pick one product to sell. One of the biggest mistakes that I made that cost me so much time and a lot of headaches was, what am I going to sell? Am I going to sell term? Am I going to sell, final expense? In this case, if I was you, I've learned to master final expense life insurance. The first thing you want to do is don't get so distracted by all these different products. Pick one product and run with it. The second thing that you must do on a day-to-day basis, if you just got your license, is that you need to pick an ethical company that does not recruit a ton of people. A huge mistake that I made that really struggled is that I didn't have a lot of care. I didn't have a lot of people pouring into me because I had other 50, 60 agents that were also being trained up at the same time. So if I'm just getting started, I want to find a company, a team that can pour into me, that can listen to my calls, that can handhold me, that can help me become accountable and ultimately guide me. So as you're looking for a company, if it's a massive, large MLM type of feeling, run away and find a company that's going to be there and get your back and hold you through the whole process, because you need someone that's going to be there for you. The third step is that I'm going to pick one way that I'm going to get leads. Huge mistake that I made in the beginning is I would try lead vendors. I'll try generating leads. I would go to different sources, but just pick one simple way that you could get a name, a phone number, an email address, and someone that says, I am looking for life insurance. Well, you can either, if you have a marketing background, generate leads online. It could be TikTok, it could be Facebook, it could be Twitter. Wherever the eyeballs are, you can generate leads. Or if you don't have that marketing, skill set, which I didn't when I first got started as an agent, and I'm glad I didn't try to generate my leads because I would have been overwhelmed, is I went directly in just to a lead store. I bought them online, or I asked my upline, hey, where do people buy leads? And I bought leads online. So I'll have one consistent lead source that I can call. Don't sell your friends and families. At least it's my my advice. Now, the fourth step that I would go through is I need to focus on learning a winning script. So now that you have the product, now you have the company, now you have the leads, now you got to figure out how to actually sell the people that you're going to call. And your script is most importantly, one of the most, things that you need to focus on as a new agent now that you're just licensed. You could be great at selling roofs. You could be great at selling cars. You could have come from being a person who works at a daycare. But if you don't know how to sell over the phone or don't know how to go through a script in your process, you need to understand that you must master your script in the beginning, in your first 30 days. So learning a winning script. What is a winning script? A script that you've seen other people close deals, a script that you have other agents who are in your company that are winning with, that you can see that they're making a lot of money, that they're making a lot of sales. You don't want to go out there and try to create your own script. The best thing that I did is I saw a guy on my team who was selling a ton of policies. I was like, hey man, can I just have your script? I learned the script and my results followed as well. The fifth thing that you need to do in the beginning is you need to, invest and indulge in 20 to 30 sales calls per day, because not only is reading the script important, but you need to hear other people who are executing the script at a really high level. So find someone that you really admire, someone who's crushing it. Say, hey bro, can I just listen to your sales calls? Send me all of them and just invest every single day, 20 to 30 sales calls so you can learn your script faster. Step 6 is that now it's time for activity. This is a misconception that a lot of people think about. Well, I'm just going to want to learn, 15, 20 days. I'm going to learn everything. No, you need to jump in the water right now. This is my permission to tell you that you need to start hitting the phones. You have leads, you have a script, you might stink, but jump on the phone. And that's what I did. And the goal for you in step number 6 is to make 400 to 500 phone calls every single day. Now, here's the issue. You don't have the skill set. You probably don't have the objection handling skills. You don't have the tonality, the speed, the emphasis down right now. So the way that you can learn that is by getting people on the phone, getting hung up on, and then learning from the mistake. And if you can self-correct, you are going to make progress. But the huge mistake that a lot of new agents make right now is that they've got their license, but they're not even applying it by trying to make money or sell people. And you make money as an agent by sales. Okay, so go out there right now, $405 to $500 every single day. Activity is going to allow you to progress and do better than most life insurance agents. The more that you dial, the more that you make, and the more that you will learn. Step number 7 is ask for a mentor to now review your sales calls that you are going through. The person that brought you into this business, they probably promised you, you're going to make all this money. You're going to be really, really successful. Just follow my lead. You're going to make all this money. But where are they at when they need you? Previous steps was to pick the correct mentor. So ask your mentor, hey, can I meet with you for 30 minutes every single day? Can you listen to my 5 sales calls that I had? Can you give me feedback so that I can study and practice? And this is exactly what we do for our agents that allow them to grow really fast, is because you need feedback from someone who knows how you should be selling. So have a mentor review your sales calls. Step number 8 is to continue to make more sales calls and write out your script at night. So write out your script until this script is memorized. In your first 7 days, 10 days, you have to get the script memorized like the back of your hand. If you don't have this script memorized like the back of your hand, you are going to struggle. And if you can't show up to work without your script, that means that the script knows you more than you know the script, and you need to know that script. So get that script memorized. I can't stress that enough, how important the script is, because people are not dumb. They will hear you and they'll know that this guy has no idea what he's talking about. This person, it's their first day and you will not make sales. So get familiar with that script, and how you get familiar with that script is not only writing it out, but you need to practice that script minimum 30 to 50 times every single day. You might think like this is crazy, but a guy's like, I asked him like, why are you struggling? Oh, well, I just don't know the script. Well, are you reading that script 50 times a day? In the morning, in the shower, are you going through the script? In the evening with your wife or your kids, are you obsessing about learning the script? Because if you struggle to learn the script, your sales are going to struggle and you're probably going to fail in the first 30 days. The next step after that is going to be repeat these same steps that we just went through, from 1 to 9, 1 to 10. You're going to do that every single day for 30 days in a row. And I promise you, if you just take that action plan every single day, that you're going to set yourself up for daily success and daily growth. But now I want to share with you on a weekly basis, how can you structure week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 to become a successful agent, to absolutely master how to sell life insurance. Now, this is how we do it for our new agents. We've had multiple agents who have never sold life insurance sell 8 policies in their first 2 weeks who've just gotten their license. And it's because we take them through this process, and you can steal this process for yourself. Week 1 is all about building a foundation. You are going to feel like you are going to be drinking through a water hose in week number 1. And yes, you're working 7 days a week, okay? Monday through Sunday, every single week for your first 30 days. But for building that foundation, that means learning how to dial. That means learning your script, like we talked about, mastering your script. That means, understanding your carriers, understanding what products you're going to sell, understanding how to do the underwriting for your products, understanding how to do the application for the products, understanding how to navigate your CRM, understanding how to navigate your applications, understanding how to just get the fundamentals down, activity, software, and ultimately just learn all the basics. And it's going to feel like a lot because you just can't show up and sell policies. You have to develop skill sets. So week number 1 is all about building the good foundation. It's going to feel like you just know everything very, very little. And then week 2 is going to allow you to dive more in depth and really start mastering the basics that you can now understand. Understanding how to objection handle correctly, understanding how to objection handle in the close and in the intro correctly, understanding how to do what's called pivots. So let's say they get declined, you can then transition them over to another carrier, understanding how to pitch people the right way, how to have the right emphasis on your words in your script, how to have the right tone in your script, how to say things the right way. Because week 1 was all about the basics, but week 2 is learning how to make the small things a lot better. So now you're going to start building upon your script and knowing how to deliver your words the right way, with the right tonality, with that curious tone, with that empathetic tone, with that emphasis on specific words. So week 2 is all about mastering the basics and mastering the underwriting and mastering the application process. Okay. So week 1 is going to feel like you're drinking through a fire hose. I don't know what I'm doing. Week 2 is going to be like, okay, well, now I understand what I'm doing. Now we're going to dive more in depth and start mastering the basics. But along week 1 and week 2, you are continuing to do the daily actions to master the 400, 500 phone calls, and you're going all in. Because week 3 is going to allow you to set up, now that you know kind of the basics, you have a good foundation, you have the basics down. Week 3 is all about mastering the habits to make you successful in this industry. It's about becoming the person who is going to be a winner. Now, you could have been like me, who naturally has a heart, strong work ethic and, can work. But there's a lot of people who are getting into life insurance where they haven't worked 12, 14 hours, or they haven't, had to make sacrifices with their family, or they haven't had to be stuck at their desk for 14 hours. And that's what's required in your first 30 days, to be completely honest. You are not going to get rich in this industry unless you put in the work. So that means waking up early, setting a good calendar, doing the basics, getting comfortable with objection handling 3 times every single time you're on the phone with someone, calling people till you can, and working really, really hard, because you have to become someone who is going to be excellent, rather than, expect this whole change and your skill sets to come without you changing. So week 3 is all about mastering the habits, the basics of building a business, the basics of understanding that you have to do the dials, that you have to understand your contact to presentation rate, that you need to understand the basics of what your close rate should be, understanding and start setting measurable goals to see how you're doing. Because at week 3, your skill set should be catching up. But the problem is you need to understand if you're doing a good job or a bad job. And that's why typically you need to track your contact to presentation rate. You need to contact your presentation to close rate. You need to start writing down people that you couldn't get across the finish line. You need to start establishing a hit list, and you need to start tracking your sales numbers to start measuring if you are hitting your goals. Okay. So that's what week 3 is all about. And week 4 is pure execution and fine tuning. This is spending a lot more time on the details. Now that you know how to go through your script, now that you know how to underwrite, now that you know how to do applications, now that you know how to objection handle, now that you know how to, go out there and pivot carriers or to do the applications correctly. Now this is all about working with your mentor or understanding what are the small things that I can do better to have a huge lift in my production. What if I had in my medical section more empathy to create more pain? Or what if I can learn a better way to mirror in my script to allow myself to get people to open up better? Week 4 is all about execution. You've done this for 3 weeks in a row. You've put in the efforts, you've put in the hours, you've listened to hundreds of sales calls, you've studied everything. Now it's just tweaking the small things that you need to do a little bit better. So you need to identify, maybe you're not getting the banking rate, or maybe you're getting people into applications and they're bailing, or maybe you're getting a lot of intro objections that you need to fix, or maybe you're just making small common mistakes. Now you need to reflect on your week 1, week 2, and week 3 and see what can you be doing differently that can allow a lift in your production and a lift in understanding what you need to change. So week 4 is all about pure raw execution. It's going hard. It's doing whatever it takes, finding a way to hit your KPIs, your goals, and do not let your foot off the pedal. If week 1 was hard, if week 2 was hard, if week 3 was hard, use week 4 as a week of execution, that we're going to find a way, we're going to make this work, and we're going to tweak the small things to allow ourselves to hit our goals as a life insurance agent. So those are the day in the life of what I would go through, and ultimately how I'd break my weeks down. From week 1, all about the foundation, drinking through that water hose. Week 2 is mastering the basics of just getting a little bit better because you just had all this information thrown after you. Week 3 is mastering the habits and setting KPIs and targets for you to know if you're doing a good job or a bad job. And week 4 is all about diving in. You are obsessed with hammering the phone, getting better, execution here. It's all on you, and you're going to execute at a high level and then fine tune anything that you feel like you're doing wrong that's going to help you get the next level. If you do that and you're a licensed life insurance agent, I promise you, you're going to make more money. You're going to get ahead of most agents, and you're going to go ahead and put that license to use to win in an industry where most people fail. I love you guys. If this video was helpful, comment below, and ultimately go out there and crush it. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.